bend with a leaner on it. Done with human hands, man. This is what they do. And it's forming an X. I just realized that. D. And it's forming an X. And see how it's endured a load. Cracked right there from being pulled down. Got pulled down and it's got that leaner on it. Like, that's pretty cool. That's so obvious. Yeah, cool stuff. And I'm just right off the road, man. We're way back in the woods. There's a lot of tourists running up and down. But there is a lot of tourists. But yeah, I thought I'd stop and show you that real quick. Look in this patch right here for footprints. See if there's anything. Definitely been some disturbance. The smoke is killer today. Big fires going on. But that's the only structure I see right here in this area. I don't see Sasquatch himself yet. Okay, well, let me get back at you. Let me roll up the road some more and find another good spot. It looks like I come up on something else. I had to make sure there wasn't any bears or moose. Oh, bastards get aggressive, especially moose. But the place is loaded with structures, it looks like. There looks like something pretty cool back here. Sorry for the shakiness, guys. But yeah, we got some stuff, man. We got a couple of X's. It's a little area where they're playing around in, man. Wow, look at all this stuff that's just stacked up here. This is amazing. X's. They just went to town right here. There's an X, a couple of X's, and of course a trident involved. Wow. Got some good structures going on in here. Look at that. Look at these. These are not windblown. These bad boys were sit here. They were put here with hands. I mean, look at this. All these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It looks like 10 logs stacked right in the center of those trees. Oh my God, there's a big X right there. See that? Look at that. Whew. That's amazing. Let's see if I can. Sorry guys. Let's see if I can pull my phone out and get. Sasquatch have definitely been busy back here. Doing their thing, you know? And this here is just like, look at these logs, the way they've been piled up and stacked right on top of that rock right there. Oh, sorry guys, sorry. Trying to get pictures here. Wow, amazing. There's some good structures going on back here. And You got the X, another X, falls back up in there, 2 X's here. Oh, they just go and slam all these trees together. Look at that. Look at that. That's not even from there. That's been put there. Wow, found a nice one here. Yep, not wind blown, man. These are all purposely sat here, and I sure wish I knew what it all meant. Let's see if I could get a closer look at that big X. Look at the big X right there, coming up and through here. All been laid down like that. That's pretty amazing, isn't it? Wow. Badass. Okay. Move up, check some more spots out. Hope you're enjoying. I'm finally starting to run into some stuff. Told you, a little bit of exploring. And I'm gonna find something. I don't see any footprints, but okay, guys. And again, this wasn't very far off the road. 400 yards off the road. But all right, I'll get back at you. There's another little area that I'm at. Look at this. Wow. They took and pulled all these logs, all these little logs, these little saplings, and stacked them up in there. That's so cool. That is not done by wind, sorry. And look at this. We got a little teepee type structure going on here. This is really cool. None of these logs came from here. Wow, this is amazing, guys. Look at this, and then they incorporate an X. The X right here. Look at it. Look at that. That's so cool. Oops, I had that sucker zoomed in. Shit, sorry guys. Wow. Amazing. Rocky Mountain Bigfoot. Finding you some good Bigfoot stuff. Hopefully I can run in, film the guy running around here. Oh, that's all stacked up in there. Little playground they got going on here. It's so cool. I don't see any footprints. Look at that though. That is awesome. Wow. Oh well, look at that. And there's one little stick stuck up in there, laying up on top. How they intertwine these and bring it down and loop this one down. That's amazing. Definitely been playing in here. Oh, look at this. You got an X on the ground. Double stick with a trident. Fork. Look at that. Wow. Yeah, I told you I'd get into their playground. I just got to figure out where they're at, you know. Looks like something they incorporated here. That's something else they incorporated. It looks like a little X. So damn cool. Yep. Finally getting into areas I can show you guys. Get some good footage for you guys. We got a loop right here. A bend. Little bend going on. That's what they do, man. They pull those suckers up and you can see the stress fracture Zoom in on it. See the stress fracture on it? Sorry, I can't talk. Yeah, that's been been forcefully pulled down and cracked. But oh, by the way, I'm at the spot where I was the other night on that last video when it was dark. Yeah, that's where I'm at. But that teepee structure is not the same thing that was on the video. I've walked in further this time, being as I've got daylight. Oh, Sasquatch, they've been playing. Our boy Bigfoot. Got like an X, little X going on there. Some disturbance. That almost looks like a footprint. So you almost see some toes in there. Comes back. Huh, that's a possible footprint. Could have swore I just heard some ground stomping or something. It's always possible that could be a moose or something. Of course, Sasquatch do the same. But yeah, it sounded like ground stomping for a minute there. Okay, let me go back to the other side, to the spot where that other structure was, so I can show you guys during the daytime and kind of go back in there a little bit further. I'll be right back. So here's this structure that on my last video, I was out here at night and I was filming this structure. I thought I'd come back out here and let you see it during the day. Isn't that amazing? And they always do that. They always have one log that comes way out, touches another log and goes up and touches other logs. I don't know why they do that. And see, this is another thing they do. None of these are from here. It's all these little logs laying there. And over here, I got like their little pile of sticks that are not from here. They just stacked them here, you know, probably adding on to this, and they just decided to stop. But that's cool. Good stuff, man. I wanted to walk back in here just a little bit further. I'm in a spot where I don't think I'm supposed to be parked, so I'm gonna try to do this quick. And see, this is where the moose hide out. You see all that green stuff out there? Bushes, willows and stuff. Those moose, they like to hide in that stuff. Look at this tree that's been suspended. Well, it just got incredibly thick. See that tree that's been suspended up into the logs, all twined up in there? You got a break way up there. And you got another damn tree. Look at this. Another top of another tree that's up in the top. A good, oh man, that's 15 foot up there. Look at that. That's crazy. How did that get up there? Incredibly thick back here. I could see something coming back here and hiding out, and look at this. How they took these and bent them this way. See how that one was grown? They bent it this way and they bent that one that way, and they stuck this tree up in here like a border or something. I guess it's some kind of border for them, but I see a small X. See if I can get some footage of that. Ouch. That's so cool. There's that tree laying up way up there, 15 foot up or so. I mean, that's some crazy stuff. Oh, I got another teepee structure. Kind of an X, not really. It's a little bit spaced. I guess they could still do that. Let's see how they stack all this stuff up in here. Wow, that's amazing. Look at this trail, this game trail. Oh wow, I found another teepee. Looking for footprints, I don't see. I don't see anything as far as a Sasquatch footprint yet. Wow, these saplings get incredibly thick back here. Look at this though. That's amazing. Wow. That's something they do. They build these little teepees like this, and right there in the center it looks like there's a little X going on right there. Oh fuck. Thought that was a moose looking at me. Sorry for the lingo. It scared the dog shit out of me. Man, you can't see back here. Look at how amazing that is though. Isn't that crazy? It's something they do, man. They come back here and make all these structures and incorporate an X. Amazing. Well. What is this doing back here? And what is it? What in the hell is that thing? And look, it's got a stick wedged up in it right here. See that? A stick wedged up in it with little rocks down in the middle of this thing, like a little pyramid. Wow. And you know, well, this, I don't know what this is or where it came from. My guess maybe some type of umbrella. And they do things like this. They'll take things and they'll bring them out here. They'll steal things from campsites and stuff and bring them out here. And they'll incorporate them into their little structures. Like possibly that. Look at all that disturbance right there. But yeah, here's some other small sticks. Like they were doing something with that and then they stopped. Weird. But they do that. They take things and they bring them way back in the woods and incorporate things into them. They steal things from campsites and houses. Odd. There's a little X at the bottom. Well, that's at the bottom, but there's a little X right there. Snap a picture of that little guy. Yeah, there's another X right here. A bunch of X's for sure. Snap a picture of this one. That's cool. Cool stuff, man. Alright, walk back this way. I hope y'all will enjoy this video, Rocky Mountain Bigfoot. I'm trying to get the best stuff I can for you. Plus, I highly enjoy coming out here. Oh wow, look at these brakes. And it just clears out, Oh man, that took some power right there, huh guys? Snap that sucker clean, including the one above it. And they love the forks. They love the forks and tridents. They love them. And snapped off. Wow. Oh, that's so cool. Walk around over this way. Yeah, it's you know, it's so thick back in there. Something could be standing there, anything, and you're not gonna see it. A second ago, I thought I was a couple of feet from a moose. I looked up and there was a stump right in my face. And I thought, what? Holy crap. Scared the shit out of me. What do I do? What do I do? Run! Look at how amazing that structure is from back here. That's amazing. I see something else. Something new. Let me snap a... Sorry about maybe the shakiness of the video or how I'm videoing. I'm still pretty new. I'm still trying to get this down. I'm still trying to get that video hand. Keep everything stable for y'all. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Bud into the tree. Way up here. Rocks almost look like they're not from here either. There sure is some incredible stuff out here. Oh gosh, before I forget, guys, I'm so sorry. I have to walk back right over here and show you this. All these crazy impressions right there. It's like they're standing here staring at people. Where was it? There it is. I think I found it. And this was the X I showed you the other night. That's cool, huh? Always behind the trees, and the fronts are down this way. Get a snapshot of that. Cool beans. Love it. You see, this is my footprint from last night, or the other night. Really weird though. Why is that pile there? There ain't a pile like that anywhere around here. Close anyway. That's cool. Okay guys, I'm gonna find another spot for y'all. I'll be back. Well, I just ran into this right near the structure. Look at that. This is way out in the woods. Like, why would somebody do that? Why would somebody do that? That is, I want to say effing amazing. Huh. That's this kind of stuff that they do, though. I've seen it before, but it's rare. It's not that often. Huh. That's cool. I don't see why anybody would come all the hell, way the hell out here in the middle of the woods and do this right here. Weird. Alright, I'll get back at you. Okay, so I reached it to my truck. I walked all the way back over here to my truck. And there's some turkeys. Wild turkeys. Ah, there they go. Let's see if I can get a good shot of them. There they go. Wild turkeys. But yeah, I was way back up in those woods there. Oops, sorry guys, sorry. See, I told you I'm horrible at filming. But I was way back in there. That's where I found that little reef and everything. Way back in there. That's amazing. Alright, I'll get back at you. I'll come out here to another spot. And just off the side of the road back here. I mean, we're 30 miles back in the woods or so. Look at these leaners leaning up here. But I noticed some stuff right off the road. It's just such thick forest back here, you know. And there was an X. Oh, I can't find it now. Where'd it go? But you gotta keep in mind, Sasquatch don't mind being around people like that. Like, not one bit. They go around people. They don't care. They build their structures wherever, and they don't care if you're there or not. Look at this. I'm like 5 feet off this road here. And look at this. That's so cool. Sorry guys. Well, look at the way they intertwine stuff up in here. Look at, they put that there, stacked those logs in between. They stuck this here, and then they laid logs across here. And they formed a little X right there. Slam this bad boy right here, because this is not even from here. Wow. That's amazing. Cool Sasquatch structures. I'm really finding some good stuff today. Finding some good stuff today. Sorry if I'm not a huge talker. Some other previous videos, that's sitting there jibber jabbing, blah 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 blah, and then there was something that called Bigfoot vocal, and I totally missed it because I was jabbering away. There's a trail that leads right through here. What is that? Got this tree. Darn it. That was a Sasquatch head staring at me. No, but we're It's quite a drive out here. There's a lot of tourists that come up and see the scenery, see the wildlife. There's an incredible amount of wildlife. And I like to look around at the wildlife. Look at that. It looks like a little perch area down there. Shall I go down and get a closer look? I think I should. Looks like a footprint right there. Huh. Might be a perch area. There's snap twigs in there and stuff. That's a possibility. A little trail that runs right here. Runs up that way. Yeah, I'm not too far off the road. It's kind of, you don't have to go that far. You can hear the vehicles. There's like some tour buses and stuff. There's a big lake up top. That's where everybody likes to go. They like to go up there and see the lake. Get pictures of their families, stuff like that, you know. Climb this little hill. Wow. Well, I got some daylight. I'm going to go to the other side, up to the other side of the mountain over here and see. So you can hardly see the mountains. It's so smoky. But I'll see you guys in a minute. I'm going to go to the other side and see if I can get you guys some good stuff. Okay. I'm up here at another spot. Out of shape. Uphill. And I see an X right away. I heard something. Cool. That tree got bent right between those trees. Oh man, there's so much stuff back here. Wow. Let me head back this way. I'll get back at you. I walked a few hundred yards and ran into this. Look at that. How amazing is that? I don't know why my zoom keeps going on. I must be hitting it with my finger or something when it's down. That's amazing right there. Oh, my phone's not working. Better shot. Look at how the top of that has been leaned up onto that trunk. Look at that. Under that stump. This is what they do. Stack things up. Playing with stuff, you know, building structures, and it's crazy. I don't know what it all means. Look at all these little berries, you know, there's all kinds of food up here. The time of year is just like lots of food. Look at all that stuff that's been stacked up in there. Wow. This is so cool though. I keep zooming in all crazy. Sorry guys, I really truly am. Oh, that's pretty cool. Walk over this way a little bit. Look at that break. I'm gonna sew them. They do things like that. They come up and just snap things off like that. A big old tree fell here. Fell or pushed. One of the two. Oh, this smoke's got me feeling like junk. All this dead fall timber. So much stuff for them to build with. That's what they do, man. That's what they do. Not really running into footprints today. I mean, well, there's possibly a couple, but back into the dark forest. Okay, let me get back at you. As soon as I shut my camera off. Well, as soon as I shut my camera off, look at this. A big one sticking up in there. There's some other. Hold on. I think I hear something back here. Sorry guys, I heard something back in here. Thought I'd film it for just a sec. Okay, back to the structure. Look at that. Same thing. All these other places. Look at that. Oh, that's amazing. That's what they do. They make these little teepees and stuff. Huh. That's really cool. Maybe I turned my camera off though, man. I ran into something. Looks like something's been in there. That's awesome. Okay, let me get back at you. Oh, wait a minute. Look at that X right there. That's cool. There's so much Sasquatch stuff up here, man. They love building these teepees all over in the woods, man. But, okay, I'll get back at you. Found a little X on the ground. Nice, perfect X in between these trees. Lying on the ground. What's funny is way back that way, and this is just how it works. Way back that other direction. And I just got done walking way back up in there. And there wasn't a single thing until I started coming back into this direction, and there started a little bit of action, you know, going on. A couple of trees that fell, and yeah, so I find nothing back over that way. Walk along, nothing, and come back over this direction, and start seeing some stuff on the ground, because they make those X's on the ground. And it's crazy. It's just what I mean, man. You go to some areas and there's no activity, and then all of a sudden, boom, you've got tons of activity. And you got that bend right there. That was obviously laying on the ground. There was a log on that. And thought I seen something. Yeah, but there was a log laying up against that, and then I don't know, got removed. I don't know. Sasquatch removed it again, maybe. And it popped the tree up a little bit, but kept the bend, you know. Look where the elk or deer, I'm thinking probably deer, sliding down the hill, making it down that way. It's funny. If he didn't have 4 legs, he'd have busted his ass, huh? Anyways, I'm going to make my way back towards the truck. And there's a big old clearing in here. That's cool. Oh, that's way cool. I think I see an X. I think it's like the only structure down in here. This little spot down here. Might be a false alarm, actually. Yeah, false alarm. Anyways, guys, I'll get back at you. So, found another area. I played hell crossing that creek until I found that log right there. Got a little wet. It's okay though. And, well, I come up on him. Look at that beautiful structure. Another teepee. Another teepee structure. I had to come back here and film this. Wow. And look at this. This one log is completely off the ground on the bottom right here. It's not even touching. Sorry guys, I took a picture. Look at this. This is amazing. And look, there is a trident incorporated into it. That's what they do. They love the trident. Why? I'm not sure, but they do. Damn it, I'm hearing something back here again. What is it? Bear, moose, deer, I don't know. Where's that? Huh, nothing, I guess. But that's an amazing teepee structure right there. Something else they did. Trident incorporated into it. Hi, sexy! Sexy! Sorry, I was yelling at my wife. I know, you could say it, I'm a moron. It's okay. Okay, now all the places that I've been today, I didn't feel like I'm being watched like I am right now. You could feel it, you know? You could feel you're being watched. Look at this little stick structure right here. Look at that. That's not deadfall. That's been placed there. What's that? Nothing. Doesn't look like I see a heck of a lot back here. Oh wow, I did find this though. Wow. This is all been cleared out. And they like to take it and walk. If you notice the top of the log, all the sticks are broken off of it. You know why? They like to traverse logs so they don't leave footprints. That's what they like to do. They love to do that. Wow, I feel like I'm being watched. Look at this. That's pretty darn cool right there. I don't know why my phone won't take, there we go, a little star structure laying on the ground. I think that's what they call those, star structures. But I would go back further, but I'm getting strapped for daylight and I want to hit another spot down the road. Looked really good. You know, the moment you think, well, you look back in there, you don't see much, and then you walk back there and there, all of a sudden there's this huge structure. It's a bit of a walk back here. And I'm not armed, so all I got is my knife. If the bear wants to, or a moose wants to start problems, you know. There's that structure again. It's so cool. It looks like something's been chilling in there. And it looks like they threw sticks. They threw all the sticks to the side. That's cool. Okay, let me get back at you guys. I'm gonna head down to another spot, see what's going on down that way. Okay? So I came up on this structure. All I can say is I'm amazed. A great big pole goes way up there. And you know what's funny? Like I mentioned before, they like to take long poles and come straight out. But they're not connected. They usually connect them to everything. Like there's a big pole that comes straight out. Look at that, guys, man. I have found some magnificent Sasquatch structures today. Amazing stuff. I'm really impressed. I'm really happy. I'm happy I got you guys something, because I felt like I was really starting to bore you guys, which I probably was. I'm very sorry. At least you're going on a little adventure with me. And but what I was going to tell you guys on the last clip where I was filming that other big teepee, my wife was down there on the bottom on the other side of the river, and she seen something tan trailing me. And it's funny because I looked back, and that's when I was telling you I felt something watching me. Well, she seen something low to the ground trailing me. And Sasquatch, they like Bigfoot like to get down on all fours and stay low to the ground so they can't be seen. And so they like to get down low on all fours, and so they can't be seen. And she said it was trailing me, but I looked behind me. I looked down, I looked down the hill. I looked behind me where she said it was, and I didn't see anything. They hide really well, and they could be right next to you. You never know it. But I definitely felt like I was being watched. That was crazy. And a little bit of confirmation from my wife that she's seen something trailing me, moving towards me. Sasquatch lumber yard. Almost like a star structure kind of deal. I don't see nothing else. I'm going to move down a bit, and see here. I don't feel like I'm being watched. I don't feel like anything. I feel fine. But anyway, I'm going to move down. Not much going on in here. It doesn't mean they're not here, but just want to get some stuff on film for you. But okay, I'll see you in a minute. Something I wanted to show you real quick before I hit the other area. Look at this enormous beaver dam. Huge. Wow. Massive. Into this little pool here. Man, I bet there's some good fishing in here. Oh yeah. Look at that huge beaver dam. It's blocking an entire creek. Huh. And I'm seeing some structures on the other side, but unfortunately I can't get there because of this. Alright, well, I'm going to head to that other spot. See you in a minute. So, I'm up at this trailhead, and I noticed that, and there's a baby one right next to it. It's built up onto that tree. Sasquatch, they tend to do things like that right by people. I was going to walk back in here. But I don't know how much I'm going to find back here, but I'm going to end it off. This is where I'm going to end it off at. Because it's really starting to get dark, and I got some really good Sasquatch footage for you today. A little hill kicked my ass. Oh, wow, I just found another structure. No way. Typical Thumb Hill Sasquatch stuff right here. Look at that. Look at that. Oh man. That is an awesome. Oh, dang it. I feel like I'm being watched back here again. Yeah, but there's something that they like to do, man. They build these little structures, and yeah, for what reason, I don't know. A little spot to chill in, I guess. Really cool though, man. I've really gotten some good stuff today. No, they are not people. Alright guys, I'm on my cell phone. Looks like my battery cut out. I'm having too much fun on this adventure today of looking for Sasquatch, finding structures and stuff. So this is my cell phone. But right when I said no, it's not people, I promise you that. No, it's not windfall. None of this is. I've done this for enough years to know. Like, why would somebody come all the way back here and do something like that? They don't. It's just something Sasquatch does, man. Something they do. This is my nice little camcorder. That thing's badass. It's not 4K, but it produces some pretty fabulous video. But rock down there. Anyways, I guess I'm gonna end her off right here though. I appreciate you guys. Oh my god, before I go, look at that. Look at that X with the one stick coming up through the middle of it. Ah, that's cool. But yeah, and that thing is sitting on top of the rock. That is stacked up on the rock. Amazing. But anyway guys, I'm going to end it off here. Thank you so much. Amazing day Sasquatching out today. I found some really fabulous structures today, just mind-blowing stuff. I mean, they were amazing. A lot of X's and structures. But I'm gonna go. Please subscribe. Please share. Help me get out there. I'm gonna have more good stuff coming. Thank you so much for coming on these adventures with me. Thanks, guys. Bye.